Come in, sir.
Please come.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Please sit. Why are you wearing a mask?
So actually, I'm having sore throat, so I
All right.
just took
All right,
a bit
all
of
right.
precaution.
Embracing personal growth through self-help literature, introspective journaling and vipassana, exploring pencil shading and barley painting recreationally. Now tell me all of this in one small simple sentence.
Sir, my life to a certain extent is based on the things that go beyond academics. I've always been good at academics, but all these things help me excel beyond academics.
What is introspective journaling?
So in that, I try to analyze my emotions, my thoughts, my processes, and how they could affect my decision making.
All right. Now, I saw something about COVID in your activities.
Yes, sir.
Do you think the world's reaction to COVID was an overreaction?
Sir, I think the world was quite not ready for something like that. We hadn't anticipated. It was kind of a black swan event. Um, I think we could have done some things better. However, I think
Did we overreact?
no, sir, I don't think we overreacted. I think it could have been certain areas of misjudgment, but I think we.
But I think more people die of what we call neglected tropical diseases than the whole number of people that died of COVID. So why don't we look at the diseases that are causing more deaths, like neglected tropical diseases? Why was there so much noise about COVID?
Sir, with tropical diseases, we are trying to help. We have gone a lot more ahead with many of the vaccines and etc. COVID was much more of a faster event, and people panicked because something that they had not seen.
But panic is not, the medical science fraternity does not have to react out of panic. It should be based on some objective criteria. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. I do agree. Uh, However, sir, I would like to point that with tropical diseases, the number of deaths have happened over a period of years, and it is something that we have faced for a very long time. COVID, something I'm not sure how to frame it. Um, I'm sorry, sir, I'm unable.
All right. In ordinary language, what is a vaccine and what does it do?
Sir, vaccine is a way of helping your body to remember to create a memory for a certain.
That's too technical. In ordinary language, you make me understand. What's
Sir,
what's a vaccine supposed to do?
Sir, they are supposed to protect you from any disease, so they'll give you a previous exposure.
Now, I got COVID after 2 doses of Covishield. Was that a vaccine or was that a hoax?
Sir, the vaccine was more of to decrease the intensity.
So why call it a vaccine? That means the medical fraternity were telling us lies.
Sir, sorry, sir. Vaccine, I think, in many cases, in specifically of COVID, I think was more in order to reduce mortality, and that was more of the
But then
basis.
will it be right to call it a vaccine?
I'm not sure, sir, but I think at that point in time, something very new was there, and we had done our best, and they were emergency vaccines.
And how can you produce a vaccine in a matter of months when, from whatever little my understanding is, it takes decades and years of research
Yes.
and clinical testing, animal testing, air testing, lab testing. And here suddenly in 6 months' time we are producing vaccine after vaccine. So if I insist that all of this was a hoax, it was a lie, that there was no vaccine, there were only placebos, would you agree with me?
No, sir, I wouldn't, because I think the amount of research definitely was a lot faster than the regular ones. But
do you as a doctor believe that a vaccine can be created in 6 months? Yes or no?
sir, not the perfect one.
Done. Thank you.
Okay. Neha,
Yes, sir.
You have done MBBS
Yes.
and after house job, everything. Then you thought of moving to civil services.
Yes, sir.
Any specific reason for changing the profession and other things?
Sir, my MBBS career was a stepping stone to understanding that I like public service, and civil services gives me a much more broader scope to work upon. In MBBS, I'll usually be catering to one-on-one patients. In civil services, I can cater to an entire segment, so it's a much broader canvas as well as a lot of diversity and challenges.
Why this realization comes after doing engineering or medicine? Why not at the nowadays? The children are so well aware at +2 level also what career they want to choose.
Yes, sir.
Because you are losing a doctor or an engineer
Yes,
for
sir,
civil services, which is not the minimum requirement for that job. What is your take on that?
Sir, honestly, my experience through COVID was my main thrust because in COVID, I realized that having a good health infrastructure and administration is equally important to having good doctors, because unless and until we don't have the infrastructure and medications, not even a great doctor can treat a patient. So that's why I thought that I should take a leap and amplify the knowledge that I gained through MBBS to become a civil servant.
Do you think whether a poor man can have a best medical treatment in our country even now?
Sir, I have worked in one of the topmost tertiary care hospitals in Mumbai, and we try to cater to as many people as possible. However, I would not like to say that it is completely okay, because there is a lot of overload as well. However, the government is trying to do its best, and we as doctors are also trying to do our best to serve the poor people.
Okay, Neha, tell me what is the difference between marital rape and normal rape?
So marital rape is wherein the couple or the people, the man accused is the husband of the girl, and rape is not specific. Rape is usually it's not it's not the husband. It's probably some other
Is
man.
there same punishment for both?
No, sir. There isn't. We haven't officially given the same punishment for marital rape.
Okay. What is your take about this live-in relationship?
Sir, as a student of anthropology, I think there are many changes that have gotten into a society. We are moving towards a more liberal way of lifestyle, and live-in relationship gives our youth the liberty to have relationships and pursue the life that they want in a different way, and that is steadily changing the status quo, how we view living relationship.
In UCC introduced by Uttarakhand, they made registration compulsory for such couples.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with that registration part?
No, sir. I think it actually definitely hampers the right of privacy of both the individuals. And I think India is a country which has always championed the right to privacy. So I think it's a very
Tell me,
stringent law.
when there is a marriage, we tell every whole world, we celebrate, there is no right of privacy hurt at that time. When you are having live-in relationship, then why we should hide it?
Sir, live-in relationships are not socially acceptable as much as marriages are. Marriages are much more socially acceptable forms of couple relationships, and that's why people don't want to share it with the world.
Okay, my last question.
Yes, sir.
What do you think can you do an overview of international economy for us?
Sir, currently the
International economy, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The world is going through a slowdown in economy. 2 to 3% of growth is seen on an average over the whole world. However, India is a bright spot.
Anything else you see about the international economy?
Sir, because of the wars that have been going
Very
on,
good.
there have been disruptions in the supply chain,
Okay.
such as in the Red Sea, as well as the Russia-Ukraine war to a lot of extent had disrupted
Thank
the supply.
Thank you, Neha.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Neha.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You did like you worked as house officer at forensic medicine.
Yes, sir.
Was it like one reason of your deciding to quit MBBS or doctor's job is that because you were offered forensic division, no?
No, sir. That was something that I did voluntarily. I had joined as in my own college as a house officer.
Okay.
However, because I felt that I had to work more towards my civil services, that's why I left the job.
What is the importance of forensic in investigation and also in medical profession?
Sir, forensic medicine provides us scientific evidence of the crime that has been committed. So we'll be better able to acquit the accused, and it uses many things such as genetics, etc., to do so.
So they have a very important role to play
Yes.
in a criminal investigation.
Yes.
And their certificate matters quite a lot.
Yes, sir.
So there is pressure also on
Yes, sir.
forensic doctors.
Yes, sir.
That is true. During your MBBS, this was a COVID time, no?
Yes, sir.
2021, 22.
Yes, sir.
So you were also assigned some duty because mostly doctors, no, or students were assigned heavy duty.
Yes, sir. I was assigned a COVID duty. I was posted in the war rooms in Mumbai, wherein we were on the verge of surge in a third wave, which was emerging somewhere in January
So
2022.
you had no problem. But there was the trauma of all this experience, perhaps.
Sir, I think definitely we had mental health issues because a lot of our colleagues had gone through a lot. But I think in medicine, we also have a lot of passion to go through all this and serve people. So I think that kept me going.
Now your college is in Nasik, no? Nasik you stayed for
No, sir.
roughly for 4 years, or Mumbai,
Mumbai, sir, Mumbai.
not Nasik.
No, sir, Mumbai.
Maharashtra is considered to be the largest state SGDP is the highest in the
Yes.
country. What is the SGDP of Maharashtra?
Sir, it is around 35 lakh crore
35
rupees.
lakh
Yes,
crore.
sir.
And
Of
what
the
percentage of total GDP it provides to
Yes,
the country?
sir, it is around 14% of India's GDP.
14%.
Yes, sir.
Does Maharashtra also have issue like southern states of being assigned less allocation?
Sir, as far as I have read, I don't think Maharashtra has such an issue of financially being allocated less. I think rather it has increased over a period of years.
Yeah, what is the problem of huge waterlogging in Mumbai? Because in spite of there are World Bank projects, there are UN projects, and every year there has been effort. But whenever there is heavy rain,
Yes, sir.
there is a standstill in Mumbai city. What is the reason? They are not working on the projects. It is simply wasted or what?
Sir, I'll take a moment. Sir, the main issue with Mumbai is regarding the drainage system, which hasn't been as much updated as it should have been. And sir, secondly, because Mumbai is that urban, there is also the effect of concretization. So the water is unable, it does not get absorbed into the ground. That's why the waterlogging issue is quite high. However, sir, I think we are moving towards a more sustainable. We are trying to do through Atal Setu as well. We have tried to inculcate the environmental aspect in it to ensure that we are moving towards a greener future.
But this is an old megapolis, so why this stormwater drainage and all was neglected? And also there are reports that the seashore in Mumbai is highly polluted, and this will lead to serious problem in sea life also, plus tourism.
Sir, I'm unaware of the exact reasons why we haven't been able to.
This is again through sewage, no? Sewage disposal in the sea. That is one main reason.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
All right. Yep. So, Neha
Yes.
Uddhavsingh Rajput,
Yes.
doctor to prefix. All right. You have worked in the forensic medicine department.
Yes, sir.
So have you conducted any postmortems also?
Yes, sir. I did quite a few.
Quite a few.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
However, it was my initial days because.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yes.
But theoretical knowledge you would have?
Yes.
Or not?
Basic.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How is PMI determined?
Sorry, sir.
What is PMI?
I cannot.
Postmortem interval?
Sir, we try to see the different signs on the skin changes. On the basis of that, we try to determine the skin color changes as well as there is lividity. Depending on that, we assess.
Lividity is called what in forensic medicine? What are various stages of lividity?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable.
These are basic things that
Yes,
whenever you are given a cadaver to carry out a postmortem, you are
Yes.
taught these.
Sir,
Okay.
yeah.
The physical markers are better or biochemical markers are better in postmortem, if you have read any theory.
Sir, in simpler cases, I think if we have concrete evidence that physically we can see changes, I think they are always better. However, there are cases where we are unable to see any gross marking on any of the organs, etc. That time we have to rely on our biochemical analysis.
The forensic department helps the police cases, criminal
Yes.
cases.
Yes.
So why determination of PMI is crucial for investigation?
So PMI is important because then they'll be able to ascertain at what time the crime was committed.
How?
If there is any crime committed.
How?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to answer this.
Okay. Have you also heard of virtual autopsy?
No, sir, sorry, sir.
At the national level, in all the national dailies, there were big news about virtual autopsy. You are not aware of that?
No, sir, I'm not aware.
All right. Okay. You do pencil shading, okay?
Yes.
What is the difference between sketching and stapling? Stapling as an art.
Sir, stapling, I'm not quite sure. Sketching is usually, it could be pen sketching, wherein you use pen
All right.
strokes to do.
Okay. Okay, I got it. If you are not aware, let me not bother you with that. You are a doctor. Is there a correlation between fitness and health, or they are two distinct things?
So fitness, I would call a subset of health. Health includes mind, body, both of them. So emotional and physical, both include.
So fitness is not being healthy. If you are fit, you are not healthy. Can I say that?
No, sir. I'd say if to a certain extent you are healthy. However, if your mind is not healthy, then I'll not be able to say that the person who is fit is a healthy person overall.
Can a person with all the markers
Yes.
that you have
Yes.
after testing and everything, will you declare him healthy but not fit? I have all my parameters in control, right?
Yes.
Am I healthy?
Sir, I think only markers are not a very good idea of being fit. I think regular exercise is what, because there will always be some or the other which might not be catched up upon the biochemical markers or the tests that we carry out. They will be visible only when
Okay.
to a very great extent there has been damage.
All right. Anyway, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll start with your
Yes.
hometown.
Yes, sir.
Why is Jalgaon and what is it famous for?
Sir, Jalgaon is a city in it's a district in Maharashtra, and we are quite famous for our bananas.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Apart from that,
Sir, we are also famous for our Jain irrigation project, which is a huge company. We have tried to do a lot of drip irrigation in terms of banana production. So that is another thing.
Which is the other main crop?
Sir, cotton also is grown in Jalgaon.
Why is the area suited to cotton production?
Sir, Jalgaon is an area with fertile black soil, and the conditions of having sunny days is quite a lot in Jalgaon, which is required in cotton production. That's why it is suitable.
Okay. We often hear in Maharashtra there is a demand for Maratha quota in jobs.
Yes.
What are your views on that?
Sir, I think a detailed survey has to be carried out in order to have evidence whether or not they have adequate amount of representation to understand whether or not they should be given a reservation in the same.
But supposing every state follows in the same footsteps, then don't you think it will adversely affect the unity of the country?
Sir, I think reservation as an affirmative action was meant in order to uplift the people and give them equal opportunities. So I think having an evidence-based thing and giving them does not mean that we are going against the unity, but we are trying to give them an equal opportunity.
Then don't you think general category like EWS would be a better option rather than going in for regional identities?
Sir, there are certain classes which would have specific needs, or they might be to a very large, they might have a huge population, because of which there might be reasons to give another reservation. However, sir, I think EWS can be a very good way of ensuring reservation for them.
So in a way you feel that caste census, which some states have gone in for and other states are trying to follow it, is a good exercise?
Sir, I think today, as an anthropology student as well, I think caste is very much a reality still in India today, and it is completely ingrained in our society. And we are following our reservation regarding caste. So I think having a very stern data regarding the same will help us do data-driven governance rather than going blindly into it.
What impact will it have on the elections?
Sir, definitely there will be political parties or people who would try to politicize the entire issue and create disharmony. However, sir, I think we could take measures for it, because having a data would be a great thing to continue the system that we are having.
Can you suggest one or two measures?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to think of any. I'll have to give it a bit of thought.
Okay, my final question to you is again regarding Mumbai.
Yes, sir.
We know and we keep on reading a lot of news about Bollywood. Do you think there is a case for sanitization of Bollywood?
Sir, from my perspective, I'm of the opinion that there has to be a balance, even if we are trying to sanitize Bollywood, because there will always be a creative freedom to the people. So I think that's why we'll have to balance it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Neha. When's your interview?
So it's on 3rd of April.
3rd of April, you have a bit of time, 1 month, exactly. You done any other mocks?
Sir, I've done a few online, but this is my first offline mock.
Online, what kind of feedback did you receive?
Sir, one of them definitely said कि articulation and everything is good. However, at that point I was elongating my answers to a very long extent, so they tried to say that keep it crisp, don't elongate. I'm working on my content. Yes.
Working on your content as in?
The topics that they had asked, there were a few topics that I was unable to answer. So try to focus on that.
You talk well, you're very nicely dressed for this kind of a situation. You're pretty natural, your hand movement, etc. There's nothing artificial about you. One thing I'll agree to the previous feedback. Your answers even today could have been cut short.
Yes.
I'll tell you, like what I noticed was that if I ask you a question, you first start laying the introduction to it. But that you've already done in the written part.
Yes.
So here, it will be far better if you come straight to the point.
Okay.
That's one thing I noticed. Second, in the two questions that I asked you out of the three, one was whether we overreacted to COVID, and second about vaccine, whether it's a hoax.
Yes.
You seem to be sort of not willing to form an opinion, or what was it?
So personally, I was not in agreement with the fact that vaccine.
So why did you say that? Why did you say that?
I was, I think, a bit conscious because it was something that you were saying, so I had to read.
So I was deliberately saying it to see whether you can form an opinion or not.
Yeah.
That might not have been my opinion. I was just creating a situation to see your reaction. And I noticed that you were sort of going round and round.
Oh, yes, I felt that sometimes.
Correct?
Yes.
Don't do that. It becomes very visible to any experienced interviewer that you are just avoiding. The reason could be anything, but that doesn't create a very good impression. That's the second one. I don't know anything about medical science, but whatever questions on forensics you were asking,
yes, sir. I will.
maybe we could have had a bit more depth or understanding. Am I right there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I actually am.
Yeah, that's the feeling I got without knowing much.
Yes, sir. I am. I'd agree to that.
The last point, 2-3 times in answering, you said as a student of anthropology, I think. Correct?
Yes.
Now, something could have happened, which means that had I, because you said 2-3 times, as a student of anthropology, I think, I would have picked up some very in-depth anthropology. You get my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So try not to lead the boat into a direction unless you are very comfortable.
Okay. Okay, sir.
If you are smart, you will lead us into a direction where we are very sure about.
Yes.
But anthropology paper 1 and paper 2 put together is huge. And somebody might know a lot of anthropology.
Anthropology.
So if you're leading the boat into a particular direction, that will be a direction where you are dead sure about.
Okay, sir.
These are my general observations. How do you rate today's interview?
Sir, it was a very good experience for me because this is my first offline interview, so it gave me a lot of confidence, and I myself realized the mistakes that I was making.
Correct. I think you're smart enough to realize what I am saying. You already know that.
Yes.
Correct. How would you rate yourself today on a scale of 1 to 10?
Sir, honestly, if I were to say, I'd say 5. Probably.
इतना भी low नहीं.
You are better than 5, definitely. But you really need to work.
Yes.
You have 1 month,
Yes.
and whatever I have said, you already know, and there is nothing that you can't do.
Yes.
These are simple things that can be done,
Yes.
and you have plenty of time.
Yes.
Go back to your lab, go back to medical science, and now see forensics.
Yes, sir.
Now,
I
he,
have.
as a former police officer, knows a lot of forensics.
Yes. Sir.
I, as an IAS or former IAS officer, also know something.
Yes. Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But we are not doctors. We know the basics. Basics as a doctor, I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
I will have to.
correct? Go back to your lab,
Yes.
have a relook,
Yes.
look at the keywords in your lab,
Yes, keywords, yes. Build on that.
and you have time. You have time. And you are smart enough to know what I am saying.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
You want to ask anything?
No, sir. I
Okay.
All the best to you. Good luck to you.
Very
Thank
good.
you so much.
Focus on that. You will get all that.
Yes. Thank you so
Alright.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Okay.